Cool. Moving on to bodybuilding.
Wait, did you find what you were looking for? What is the point of CrossFit?
It says high intensity.
Oh, yeah, we kind of mentioned that.
Yeah, bodybuilding, it's typically what you would think when you walk into a gym, right? It's what you think of when you think of the gym, in my opinion. It's essentially lifting weights so that you look good. It is very physique focused because you're building your body, as the name states, and there's a lot of hypertrophy as opposed to lifting as much as you can. Yes, like you're going to gain strength, but the main purpose is to build your muscles how you want them to look, like build your glutes, build your abs, build your biceps, build your back. It's very focused on aesthetics. Key movements, there's not really specific key movements for this. It's more just compounds and isolation movements with weights. Also, body weight movements like push-ups, pull-ups are very beneficial for bodybuilders as well. But I think a lot of the time when you see like people doing weirder exercises, like very specific exercises, they are competitive in bodybuilding or are very knowledgeable and are training a very small muscle that is often neglected in like compound movements. What you need is typically a gym. Machines, dumbbells, weights, barbells, cables, whatever, the whole lot. You can train outside. I know a lot of gyms that are outside do have some dumbbells there as well that you can train with. Probably not gonna get the most incredible workout or most incredible pump, because I feel like bodybuilders do chase the pump. But if that's the goal, then there are ways that you can do it. Advantages is, I would say one, and then you can do the rest, is that there's lower central nervous system fatigue, a lot less. Like you're not pushing to your very max. Yes, you're pushing to failure, but it's on exercises that aren't as compound as like a deadlift, squat. Bench isn't that fatiguing, but you can push to failure and still be okay, because also you're not training your full body every single day. Please don't do that if you're training like 6 times a week. If you're training anywhere from 4 to 6 times a week, don't train full body like that. Just train. You can even do upper lower. It doesn't matter. Like there are loads of different. There's the bro split, Arnold split, push pull legs. Specific muscles. Typically, rule of thumb is each muscle twice a week. So you can do back and biceps. Then next day quads. Whatever. There's more information on that. More than happy to do a whole episode on that. I love bodybuilding. Like if I wouldn't do competitive powerlifting, I still kind of bodybuild as well. I'd like to say there's like a term that's power building. It's what I like to do. It's literally obsessed with it. Agnesa knows, like I literally watch bodybuilding. That's all I watch on YouTube is bodybuilders. So, but yeah, sorry, and more advantages.
So obviously this one builds a lot of like aesthetics. You basically, especially if you're doing competitive bodybuilding, it's pretty much all about aesthetics. Another advantage is that you've got a lot of choice of exercises to do. Like Arena mentioned, building different body parts, some more neglected muscles, gives you a lot of variety for exercises.
Especially if you're injured, actually.
Yeah. And another benefit, also kind of relating to aesthetics, but you can visually see your progress because you are training for aesthetics a lot of the times.
Some of the drawbacks are it's a very mental game, especially if you are doing it competitively. Now, all of these are a mental game, don't get me wrong, but I feel like bodybuilding more so because you have to either force feed, like there's a lot of discipline around food more so than other sports where food is more so seen as fuel. Here, food is seen as a method of getting to where you want to be. So you're either cutting, bulking, maintaining, and sometimes you get to a point where you're on very low food, you're doing a bunch of cardio because you want to lose your fat. So it can become a very mental game, and you do need a lot of discipline, and you need discipline in every aspect. But I feel like here it becomes more mental discipline than anything.
As Arena kind of briefly touched on, like body image, it raises a bunch of issues, challenges, like as you can imagine. We won't go into too depth right now, but perhaps in the future. Another kind of disadvantage is that it doesn't really prioritize speed or power. So, as for example, whereas CrossFit, you're like becoming very athletic. Here, you're not. You could be doing cardio for your like cutting, let's say, but it's not really part of the training plan.
Yeah. Well, it is part of the training.
But like, as in,
it's not for endurance, it's for fat loss.
Yeah. And yeah, we already mentioned that it requires consistency, discipline, especially regarding getting to the specific aesthetic physique that you are trying to achieve.